is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Cause they don't just play, but they can rap as well. Liverpool FC.
My idea was to build Liverpool into a bastion of invincibility.
Get me? Yes, people. Happy Halloween is what they say if you celebrate Halloween. I know some people don't really celebrate it, but you know what? I thought we'd all wear our mask today, you get me?
This ain't no Halloween, man.
Alright, now what's happening, man? It's your boy Slim as always, man. You get me? The goons today, got Shawn in the building.
What's going on, people?
Yeah,
Big Chris.
Chris back again. Long time.
Yes. Let me take this thing off now. Right, second. Yes. Right, today's game, Liverpool, West Ham. Literally, just finished watching it like half an hour or so ago, whatever it is. Great result, 2-1, man. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent result, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Happy with it, very happy. I mean, professional. That's what I'd say. I mean, it little bit slow in the first half, but we got the points. And this VAR thing, which I'm sure we're going to talk about at some point, man.
Let's big up. Wasn't it Trent's 100th appearance today?
It was, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, let's big him up.
I
Big
didn't
up
even know
Trent for his 100th appearance. A guy so young. 100 games for Liverpool already, bro. Like,
Yeah, he was. I mean, like he was decent today as well. I think he had one of his better defensive games. I think today he was.
Hold that fault.
It was in terms of
Hold that fault, mate. Do you know what I mean? But
this year. There's a carrot this year.
I'm not gonna jump on him, but yeah. Big up to Trent on his 100th appearance. And you know what? Last podcast I forgot Robbo had 100 appearances as well, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
Boys putting in the numbers, man.
Put the shift in, boy. You get me?
Them man are racking up numbers, man. All right, let's dig into the formation because I think that's important because I think obviously we all know Van Dijk's out and then we lost Fabinho as well. So there was this whole thing of who's gonna play centre back and he went with Nat Phillips, Shawn, man. When you saw Nat Phillips' name on the team sheet, what did you think?
I thought, boy, this is a big test for a young man like who's got practically no Premier League experience, gone up against the West Ham team that. Over the past couple of weeks, Slim has been playing a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you got the draw against was it Tottenham? Was it 3-3?
Yeah, the 3-3.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and then the 1-1 against City.
Then they got played the one against Arsenal. So yeah, you know what I mean? They were coming into a bit of form. You know, obviously playing a lot better. But I thought today, I thought in the first half, put a bit rash. I thought that he was just trying to be a bit overly aggressive. You know what I mean? Just trying to stamp his authority within a game like it, which is I understand. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? That's a big game. You want to impose your rule, obviously, in a game like innit. But I thought then some challenges I thought they was a bit rash, going over the top with a few attackers. Overall, I thought that he could have been argued man of the match to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to come in in a big game like that against a West Ham team like that, and just not put a foot wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah, he made a few fouls here and there, but overall
They were good fouls though. They weren't you know what I mean?
Stupid areas.
Yeah, stupid areas
But
and stuff
overall,
like that.
Again, he didn't put a foot wrong for me. You know what I mean?
No, for me, man of the match.
Everything that came to him, he just no play innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Before you say about them, I disagree with you about him being overly aggressive.
Me too.
I think he needed to impose himself how he did against Haller, and I think it worked perfectly because Haller just went into his shell. If you saw, there was at one point where Carragher in commentary was saying, look, Haller's not even challenging. He looked disinterested, and I think as a defender, anywhere in the back four, in my opinion, having played left back, right back, that early, if you can impose yourself and show your mark the person you're marking that you're about your business, I feel that's good. And where he was commanding and strong in the air and going over the top of them and just leaving a little bit, I thought that was perfect, mate.
The thing is, I think he was man of the match.
100%, I'm with you on that one.
I disagree slightly with Shawn on an aggression, only because I think the major problem in our team this season has been a lack of aggression. I think we're not protecting our back four that well. Our presses just seems to have evaporated. We're not pressing the way we normally do, and balls are not getting cut out. So if you watch a lot of games this season, for me, the biggest worry is that balls are just sliding through our midfield and teams are onto our back four with a pass. Do you know what I mean? A lot of times, and so I didn't mind his aggression because I think the team as a whole needs to rediscover a little bit of that aggression. You know what I mean? And just closing down people and people not having the time or the room to make those passes. Teams have been playing around us, which had never used to happen.
I agree with you, man. Every good footballing side has a bit of nastiness in them, if you like.
And we need to get that back.
Yeah, and I don't mean
stupid fouls,
Everton taking man out the games, but just that
controlled aggression.
Controlled aggression. So whilst I take your point, because there was someone,
Yeah, no,
someone else said in the group the same thing. He was a bit overly aggressive. For me, it was.
And he was a beast in there. He was
Yeah, no, of course.
He was brilliant in there. He was like, we've been missing that so many balls.
That is what I think everybody feared we'd miss, that aerial presence without Van Dijk, and he brought that back. Because I mean, aerially, I said it on the preview show. If you're not watching the preview show, guys, it's only available on YouTube, man. It comes out 2 days before the game, man. Check it out. I said it, like, aerially, we're not the biggest team. We're not the greatest in the air, are we? Like, do you know what I mean? We're not that tall. So to have him come in, man, I thought, yeah, man, like.
No, he was brilliant. He cleaned up most things. I can't remember him losing too many headers. But yeah, he was aggressive. Came out, headed the ball. He did something. The worst thing, I'd rather somebody come out and make a stupid mistake because being over aggressive than being passive and let a man walk onto the goal and slap it in. Do you know what I mean? That's the worst thing in the world. And I think we've been guilty a few times where players have been watching each other like, you're gonna make it. You don't. If three of you are around one player, one of you go in and make the challenge, and the other two guys are there to back it up. Don't all stand there in a row like holding hands. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. On some no square dancing, taking up, go tackle the guy, and we ain't been doing that. So,
well, we go behind, don't we? I mean, the game starts off, and it starts off like West Ham's tactics. I mean, we've got to expect people to come to Anfield and kind of sit in a bit, haven't we? Because I mean, after all, we're the champions, innit? So they've got to put respect on.
Yeah, man. I mean, I no issue with their tactics.
Yeah. So they've come, they've sat in, and the one thing you don't want to do, like I said last week, is give a team who's sitting in an early goal.
Trust me.
Break down the goal for me, man.
Well, bro, like, I mean, who was it? I think Curtis Jones, to me, like, he should have obviously, I forget, who crossed the ball in, sorry, for West Ham?
I want to say Masuaka. I don't want to say Masuaka. I can't remember
Anyway,
exactly who it was.
But anyway, like, I mean, I'm not going to pull it all on Gomez, like, because I think Curtis Jones should have done better job.
I don't think it was Gomez.
No, let him. Yeah. Oh, you didn't say it was Gomez. Yeah,
Curtis Jones should have done a better job.
I'm so glad you said that.
Of closing down, like, the guy who crossed the ball in. But Joe Gomez, like, I mean, what are you doing, like, innit? You know what I mean? Like, seriously.
The thing is, in the position for me, I've been critical of Gomez in the past, right? I think he's a quality defender, but I think his form there's no in between with Gomez. He seems to be really, really good or kind of dodge.
Yeah, you don't want to say really bad. I'm glad you didn't say really bad.
kind of dodge. Yeah. I didn't think he could do much else with the way the ball came to him. He tried to get it out. There should have been people on the edge of the box closing down. Before
you get to Gomez, let's go to Shawn's point about Curtis Jones, which I think is a very valid point, and I've been vocal about this on the last few pods because of the goals that we conceded. Yeah, we know Van Dijk's missing. As good as Gomez is, whatever, he's not Virgil. Let's just be honest. Yeah, best thing we can do is stop the ball at source. Simple, like cut the crosses out, and we're not doing enough of that. We're allowing you got a team like West Ham who are good in the air. Fair enough, nobody won it in the air, but they're good in the air. The one thing you want to stop the blood clot cross.
But you know what, Slim? We've been doing that for a long time. Even when we weren't conceding, there's a lot of games where I watched where we like, I think people because Van Dijk and Alisson are so good, I think people sometimes rest on their laurels, like, and just go, all right, them guys will clean it up or whatever. Stop the ball from none of this half-fast turning sideways. You're not gonna die. You're on 100 and something K a week. The ball ain't gonna kill you. You understand? These guys are moving like it's like man's got a desert eagle or something like that. Man, it's a football. You understand? It's not even like the might of football that man used to play with back in the day. So stop doing that. Just turn inside. Close the guy down. I mean, take one in the nuts every once in a while. I mean, you guys can afford models and shit like that. Rub it down for you, man. It's true.
No, I make you right. If you're playing a game of football, put it all on the line, man.
Too much turning sideways and whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think for me that has been a problem that we haven't noticed because we've been winning. So what the problem is when you start losing or playing badly, little things start to show up a bit more. And I think if you look back over some of the games over the past year or two, we've been guilty of that on many occasions where we're not cutting out the ball or we're not stopping the ball from coming in first time. Do you know what I mean? And I think some of that is just catching up with us.
Well, what is it about Jones's play that causes that ball to come in, Shawn?
Well, to me, like, I think it's just been lackadaisical, like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, at the end of the day, like, again, like I said, West Ham are a team, like, they're known for just putting the ball in the box, like, else. They've got a lot of guys in that team that, you know, big guys who get onto it, like Antonio. They've got a defender as well, like a Busau. He's good.
They've got Souček in there as well. He's good.
So I just feel like it's just a lapse of concentration from for Curtis Jones. He just loses his man.
The reason why I was saying not to say that was his best defensive display, Trent, is because for the goal, I kind of make him slightly responsible as well. And here's why. Because the ball comes out and someone doesn't overlap, which Trent has got, Trent's got that covered. But Curtis Jones gets attracted by that overlapping runner and steps off the guy with the ball, allowing him then to look up and play the ball in. Second of all, so that's why I blame Jones, and that's why let me go back to Trent. I just feel like Trent, with his experience, 100 games, should have been telling Jones, put pressure on the ball, talking to him, communicating with him, because they might be roughly. Well, no, Jones is a bit younger than Trent, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway,
maybe a year.
But Trent is a senior, so help him. Like, you know what I mean? He hasn't got that much experience, so that's why I kind of was like, his best game. You upset me there, Trent.
No, you know what it is. It's not like he was the world class Trent of old, but he has been abysmal in a few games. So coming from
So today, don't get me wrong. Today was an
improvement.
An improvement. But just the whole thing of it, because I've been on Trent about stopping the crosses before. I just felt like, Trent, you could have spoken to him. Granted, didn't speak to him, But then what upset me as well is Jordan Henderson was there as well, and he walks off of who scored the goal 4-0? Yeah. He leaves 4-0 in the middle of the park, comes out to where Trent and Jones is, doesn't really do anything, and obviously 4-0's free, and then eventually it drops to 4-0. So there was a lot of things.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That stops that goal. So whilst Gomez's header was a bit crazy, because
it could have been stopped before it got to him.
Yeah, of course.
It wasn't when you header a ball, it's got to be that way or out that way. Do you know what I'm saying? It was just
like for me, like it wasn't a great header, but for me, if the team is defending properly and people are paying attention, and I think we've got into a habit a little bit of passing on the responsibility to the next man. So the person who's supposed to like is Hendo, he's looking around like it's somebody else is going to do it. No, you do it. You know what I mean? And that's no slight on Hendo because I think he captained the team well. But we've been doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm nitpicking, but I just feel like these are areas for improvement. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because we know the problem we have is that we set a ridiculous standard.
The bar's high.
It's ridiculous. It's unrealistic. So now, when you've seen people doing it's probably like normal level football, like Arsenal level football. Wow. I'm joking. It's not that good.
Wow.
No. But it's
shouts out to White Yardie.
it's a few levels, like Arsenal levels below.
No, I know what you mean. The bar is high, hence why some people might be like, that's minor. But for me, I'm watching because like clean sheets win games, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So if we can start keeping clean sheets, which we're not doing a lot of, we're going to win a lot more games than we're going to lose, you know what I'm saying?
I saw Slim, so since the restart, we've conceded the most goals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
That 7 against Villa didn't help, but the stats are crazy.
That skewed it a little bit, but
I think we're close to conceding the same amount of goals as we conceded all season last season. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think we conceded 15 so far, and we conceded 21 or something like
something
that.
Stupid. See what I'm saying? So it's mad, isn't it? It is mad, but.
I think that's me.
Right. That sounds like a jungle tune.
It's some old sci-fi thing.
Wow. All right, see what I'm saying? See these unprofessional people, bro. They're trying to talk. Man's phone's getting. I'm playing. It's not even that deep, man. I'll say. But anyway, so they scored a goal. It's early, so you're not too worried. But after they scored their goal, how did you see our performance, man? And
I'll be honest with you, I thought the first half, I thought we were horrible.
Did you?
In honest opinion, I
slow.
thought it was just way too slow, very predictable. The link-up play with the front three, from the midfield to the front three was practically non-existent. Feeding on scraps. You know what I mean? It's poor. I mean, obviously, luckily we got the penalty, which is, I don't understand it took so long to give the penalty, but
we're Liverpool, man. We don't get decisions no more.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? But
man,
I think we were lacking somebody who could drive through their lines. So we were just trying to, Henderson's passing is underrated, but he's not a Thiago, so he's not gonna hit that. You think about confidence. We talked about before we started the ball. We were talking about the swag of Thiago. Guys like that will try passes that other players won't. It's not that Henderson or none of them guys can't do it, but you're more likely to succeed doing it if you got confidence behind you doing it. Do you understand?
They're a lot more kind of like cautious, like
Exactly. So I think that was probably the reason why we were a bit. So I wasn't. It's weird. It's like I don't know if it's because of this COVID thing, but I was sitting there thinking we're gonna win. I didn't.
Really?
No, I swear. It wasn't great football, but I just for some reason I just felt we'd do something and win.
I wasn't thinking we were gonna win. I knew we'd score. Like, there's no way Liverpool don't score in a game. Do you know what I mean? The way we dominate the ball and stuff, we're gonna create chances. How many is another story. But I knew we'd create a chance and I knew we'd score. But I wasn't thinking about the win, to be fair. But you're right though. The football was so slow, and I just feel like you said, no one was brave enough to pump that pass in. Occasionally they would do it. This reminded me now. Mane in the first 10-15 minutes, nothing was sticking with him, man. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, somebody said that in the group. But the problem I have with that is that the problem I have with that is that I think we're over reliant on him sometimes. I think we're waiting for Mane to do something. Look, I've done it. I've sat there watching games and thinking, Mane, do something.
No, it wasn't a reliance on him to do something, but given the way West Ham had set up, if the balls are gonna be pumped into feet, it needs to stick with whoever. Whether it would be Salah, whether it be Firmino, whether it be Mane, and it just so happened that it was Mane for the first 10 minutes or so, and it just kept bouncing off of him, or it was a loose touch, and I was just like, well, go on for this, Don.
It wasn't up to his.
I'm with you, bro. I was thinking like, is this Mane or is David Origi? You know what I'm saying?
Don't do Mane like that, man.
I'm thinking, boy, like, you know what I'm saying,
like that, man. David Origi is like a whole nother. Let me get started on that guy, man. Listen, I'm trying to cherish what he's done for the club and not say nothing too bad, but.
No, we respect it, but we take every game as it comes in, and for the first 10 minutes or so, it was a bit. I don't want to say poor for Mane. It just wasn't
below his standard. Below his standard.
Once again, these are the standards that they set for us as fans. So as a fan, if I see it below that, I got noise. I'm jumping up and down.
It's probably because of the cold. It's probably wet and rainy. He's from Senegalese, man. He's thinking, I don't want none of this right now. I want to be home in some sunshine. You know what I mean?
We said Mane, not Naby Keita.
Listen, allow my guy, man. Allow my guy. He's coming back. He's
you know what I'm saying? Mane's there. Snow, thunder, lightning. You know what I mean? Plagues. Mane's there, bro.
I think it was there was a lack of energy in the whole team, and I think it just sometimes, you know what I mean? We're a really weird team like that. We don't have like one player that when we play badly, it's like it's a disease. It's like this COVID type thing that goes through the team, and we all the players seem to want to play rubbish at the same time or something like that.
But you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't say that we play badly as a team. And here why I'm saying this: do you think when it's not right in the middle of the park, the front three are just out of the game? Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's too much work when the midfield are not playing. So they're expected to drop back, dribble past. You can't dribble past like a player who's backed up by another player. Do you know what I mean? You got to kind of work your way through it, and the midfield need to help out in those situations.
I mean, I hear that, but at the same time, we all know that our midfield is not the most creative, like, innit? Like, in the past, we've known, like, that, you know, people say that the Brexit midfield, all that kind of stuff, like, we know, but we know that players like Firmino, they can kind of drop in, like Salah, they can also get back and also make something happen. I understand what you're saying. They can't also do it all, like, you know what I mean?
That's the point.
But at the same time, like we've had this midfield like for like how many seasons, Slim? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying they got to do everything, but they should be able to kind of like adapt better. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And that's what you're saying is correct. They might not be the most creative of players, yeah. Whoa. Jones started in the midfield, who is probably a little bit more creative minded than Wijnaldum and Henderson. So yeah, I just feel like the midfield doesn't help the front three, and then when the midfield aren't helping the front three just look null and void, and then everyone's sort of onto the Firminos, you know what I mean, looking for him to do something when it's West Ham had fucking 10 men behind the ball, man.
Well, the funny it's like, I mean, it was flat, and like I gave a big shout out to Winnie in the first half because I thought he had a bit of energy about him, but then I shouldn't have said that because he frustrated me in the second half because. He's when he plays outside his own box, he does some amazing touches, tight turns, and all that type of shit, which he doesn't seem to do in the final third. There were a couple of situations where he's got the first step on his man, and instead of driving forward, he checks back and passes it sideways or backwards. And I'm like, You've done the hard work. You already beat the man. You can see the guy's off balance. Drive past him and then feed one of the front guys. And I think that's still part of his game that frustrates me. But
shouts out to him though, because
he was
a few times in it that he managed that he receives the ball and on the half turn and he actually gets his body in front of like Declan Rice and stuff like that, and he drew a few free kicks, a few fouls and stuff. So it's there, isn't it? The midfield, like we know Henderson's capable, got an eye for a pass, so we know Wijnaldum's good at protecting the ball and he can get through the lines. He does it for Holland, doesn't he? So it's there, and I think they need to do it more. They need to do it more when we're not playing with a Thiago or Naby Keita.
Leave, man.
Like, if we're not, like, someone step up. Like Jones was there, yes, but again, he's a young boy, not played many Premier League games. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a big ask for him to obviously come on and obviously like create and be the like main
the
issue,
man.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So you will now step up, and in that way, it allows the front three to do what they do. But like you're saying, they can't do it all. And I just felt like, I think Bobby was getting a bit of stick today from people, and I think shouts out to the one man, you know who you are, who said Bobby's finished.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He said R.I.P. firm.
We could. I don't think we could be that short-sighted as fans. We was all calling him, you know what I mean, the glue 6 months ago. So that's harsh. He's in poor form, but we're Liverpool, man. We're not some of these other little idiot clubs that want to, what's his name? We got to back that guy. The guy.
Anyway, we'll come back to firms, yeah, because it links on to something else I want to talk about as well. Let's just go to the goal that came eventually. Stonewaller for you?
I had so I was having a discussion with somebody about it, and the thing is, it was a penalty, but it was also a dive. So no, because it was a dive.
I know why you're saying that, and I agree with you. The dive part, yeah.
The problem is with the way football is now, if you don't fall over when somebody fouls you, they won't give it. So I get why he did it. It was a dive, but that doesn't mean it weren't a penalty. He kicked him.
That's what I'm saying. So
do you know what I mean? It's a foul. It's definitely a penalty, but it was also a dive. It can be both.
Yeah. Do you agree with that? Do you reckon it could be both? You sound like you want to say something different.
I just think like that, like it's a penalty, bro. We've seen worse given that. You know what I'm saying, bro? And people will say that it's a dive and whatnot, but it's in the box. Like you've kicked him. Like you're gonna go down, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
it's just that at the end of the day, I didn't really care, to be honest with you, because some of the decisions that we've had over the last couple of weeks, he could have backflipped into the dive, and I would have given a shit today. I'll tell you that. He could have done a tumble. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a foul. But like I said, as fans now, we've become programmed to think that if it, you know what I mean, you don't have to really understand the rules of the game, and we're programmed to think that a guy has to be on the floor or he has to have his legs taken. No, it's a foul. He fouled him in the box. You know what I mean? He prevented him from progressing. It's a pen all day. Just
reminded me, just before the goal went in, the chance that Mane had, man. He was through, like he looked like he was basically through, like he wasn't 1-on-1 because he had two defenders behind him, man. Again, man, that was me looking at Mane like, what do this guy? Because usually Mane gobbles it up. He let them get back at him.
Well, that's the problem though. Because like I said, the standards he set, it's probably like the universe correcting itself at some point. But he's gonna miss some of them.
It's a mad type of karma.
But he's trying to. I think we've got high standards for him. That's all. I mean, he wasn't like.
Don't you think that was a clear-cut chance though, Shawn?
I would say
for Mane it was. But a lot of guys will.
I think for a lot of top players, like that's a clear-cut chance, in my opinion. Seriously,
I think he's just got to bury it. I think the pass comes through from Salah. I think Salah plays him in. Yeah, I was just waiting for the net to bulge, to be fair. But credit to the West Ham defenders, they get back at him. But
well, like I said, I think the areas of our team that we got to work. I mean, the attack as well is not quite as cohesive as it has been. There was a pass in the second half. I think Salah did it, where Jota won the ball.
Yeah. And instead of sliding Jota back, he went to Mane.
I didn't get that. That was.
Wait, just a side note. Was that Salah saying, "Yo, this is the boys' club. You're not invited."
You know what? You say that. I did think. He's trying to move like he ain't earning respect to get the pass. That's what I was thinking. So he went too far off. But it was the more obvious pass to me.
It was.
But I just didn't.
What did Salah see though? Is the question, because Jota's running that way and Salah's kind of facing this way. Did he see him? Does he? Or is he already looking that way towards Mane? Didn't see him out.
I think Salah sees everything. Salah decides. King Salah, King Mo decides when he wants to pass and where he wants to pass it. Let's leave it at that.
Well, props to Mo because he's in the right position. He makes a great little movement off of the back of Masuwaka and gets the penalty. And Mo does what Mo does best, boy. He levers that football, boy.
Or Mike from the penalty football, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Do you want to know something?
Mike.
Does he make you nervous when he steps up to take a penalty?
Not at all.
No, because I think he's always on target and he hits it with such pace that even if it don't go straight away, it's probably gonna ricochet into the net anyway.
Yeah, for some reason he just makes me nervous, man.
I'm not a fan. I know what you're talking about because initially when I first saw him do it, I'm not a fan. I'm a Pepe Signori kind of guy. Stand over the ball and bang it into either corner. And then just run long circle round, run up and thing. Yeah,
No, I'm up for the. I think I'm a fan of the long run up. I like a longer run up. I don't like when a player takes a short run up to a penalty. Like it makes me even more nervous. But there's something about Salah stepping up for a penalty just made me nervous. Like if Milner takes it, I'm like, yeah, it's going in.
Millie doesn't really have a run up, does he? Just like a couple of steps and he bangs it in.
When Gerrard used to take him, it's like, yeah, but Salah just, I don't know, man. Like, it's
No, but you know his technique is so pure, bro. Like he's so accurate, like that. You know that once he steps up slim, it's going on the back of the net, bro.
Cal was my guy for penalties, man. I think I only see that guy miss one pen since when he was playing, watching him play.
Man, for big occasions, boy. Dirk Cal, boy. Jeez, my favourite kind of player, man.
I think Klopp would have loved him.
I love a workaholic, you know.
Yeah, Klopp would have loved him.
I'm a sucker for a workaholic.
I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm a bit conflicted on Dirk Cap, but we'll talk about it another day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We'll choose to.
Yeah, one day we'll put together like a Liverpool all-time 11, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be fun, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress. So yeah, we go in. It's what we needed, really. Half-time, go in, 1-1. Do you know what I'm saying? Give them something to think about. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, I didn't see a way back into the game in the first half without that penalty.
I thought Fabianski was going to be our way back into the game because he looked like he was playing hot potato with the ball. Do you know what I mean? So I was expecting him to do something, and this is why I was a little bit disappointed we weren't taking more shots from range or even, you know what it is? At one point I'm thinking to myself, cross the ball in, even if there's only one man in there, cross the ball, because this guy looks like he wants to gift us the goal. Do you know what I mean? So
well, didn't he do that last season? Didn't he? He gifted the goal. He gifted the goal last season.
Probably he's dodgy, man. He does it.
But
I can't remember.
Take a shot though, man. There was so many bodies, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Ricochet or something. That's how people have been scoring against us. All kinds of. Look at the Villa game. Look at the Villa game, man. I was like,
yeah, but you know that wasn't so many bodies. That was like one or two. But no, West Ham literally had like back 5, and then they had like 4 in front or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm talking about in terms of the deflection. So like,
oh, you're saying if it comes off of someone,
just hit the ball, man. Sometimes you get lucky. Do you know what I mean? Just and there's so many bodies in there. If it ricochets, them guys are not going to know. They're all going to be expecting. It used to happen to us all back in the day where you have the penalty box packed, ball will come in, ricochet off 9 man, and it drops all the opposing players. You know what I mean? So take a shot.
Yeah, I just couldn't see a way back into the game without the penalty. So I was quite glad for it, to be fair.
I didn't know when it was going to come. I was hoping we were going to score before half time. But I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it was that I had one too many last night, but I was sitting there thinking, I was just like,
Chris
calm.
watching the football still drunk from yesterday.
I'm telling you. But I know.
Drink responsibly, kids.
I thought we were going to be all right. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Fair dudes. I was saying it in the group. It's mad how, like, just us three, for example, can all watch the same game, but all see it differently. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's mad, but that's why we love it, innit? So second half, I'm thinking, yeah, boom. They'll go in there. Klopper's going to do his thing. They'll come out with a bit more purpose. Did I get my wish? I don't think I did.
It was a tiny bit better. It was a tiny bit better, but it was still the same side to side passing. There was no penetration.
Yeah, exactly that. That's just back
forwards.
And then when it go into the middle, I could see a pass at times. Whether they could see it or not, it's different because obviously I'm. Yeah. But it's like no one was.
But that's just why I was getting frustrated with Winnie though, because they were, like you said, you could see the pass where he'd have a good first touch. He'd beat his man. You could see the man slightly off balance, and he would just play it safe. He wouldn't be like a one-touch pass. And when teams are playing in like a low block like that, it has to be one-touch football or very.
Exactly.
You can't dwell on the ball unless you're Thiago who can ping the ball and do. But like I said, Henderson's capable of it from time to time. But when we're not playing well, we haven't got a player on the pitch who specialises in doing that sort of thing. You've got to ping the ball about a bit quicker. Do you know what I mean? Get them off balance, the right position.
It's just about being a lot braver. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at when Shaqiri came on, and so not just Shaqiri, obviously Jota as well. Like Shaqiri, I know people can criticise him. And again, he's a player like that people have a lot of different opinions on him. But
Shouts out to the man that went rid of him as well.
but when he comes on, you know, like that, he's not scared like to try a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's what we need.
I like Shaqiri. I mean, I think he's been a bit unfortunate with the injuries. He's not complaining, and he's on the bench. He's better coming off the bench. He's better quality coming off the bench than a lot of teams have got.
When you pay £30 million for someone with the talent of Shaqiri, bro, you don't
13?
argue.
13?
I think 13
Yeah,
he played. 12, might have been 12 something, but I'm just right. 30 bro.
And you're getting something. You could be worse. You could be Arsenal. Look at that Pepe guy. My man comes on.
Jokes aside, 72M sitting like.
Yeah,
He comes on and he looks like he's upset because he's, you know what I mean? Somebody stole his Huggies or his tote socks or something like that. But it looks cold when he comes on. And my man comes on with energy and he gives something. You know, he's done it twice. He's done it, where's the other pass? He set up with the midweek game.
Yeah.
Against that Danish team. I can't pronounce their name.
Michelin.
Something like that. And then he's all right. He's not complaining and he's got talent. You know, on any given day, he can pick the ball up and bang it into the top corner from 30 yards. He's got that in his locker.
I just think so. I just think with like the injuries that we have right now, like why not start him for 3 games? You know what I mean? In that midfield, you can play the likes of Henderson, if obviously when Thiago comes back, and Shaqiri. You know what I mean? There's a lot of
I'm a guy, Kate, man. Soon come back as well, man. No, listen.
Forget that guy, man.
Listen,
Forget that guy, brother.
Listen.
Let the man's talking a good point and you're talking swear words and junk in the conversation, bro.
You know what I mean? Because knowing that team, like, not only do you get like work ethic and whatnot, like you also get like, you know, also like the brilliant play, obviously the passing, goal threats.
I agree with you that Shaqiri can start just like in front of that front three, sort of like in that number 10 role, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? I agree with you, but let's go back a little bit because it didn't quite happen for Firmino, hence why the changes come about, man. I mean, is it time to replace Firmino with Jota?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. You man didn't even hesitate.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, I say that being a massive Firmino fan, but there's nothing wrong with taking a player that's out of form out of the firing line and putting somebody. I think he's hot at the minute. Pause.
Free and free at home, innit?
It's not just that. His energy. He's winning the ball. He's doing what Firmino. He's playing like Firmino.
He looks like every time he comes on the pitch that he's going to score.
So I'm saying he's playing like old Firmino. Do you know what I mean? Firmino just looks like confidence is gone at the minute. But I'm not gonna disrespect the glue like that. And I know some man wanna treat him like there's no adhesive left, man. The guy, the boy's still sticky. You know what I mean?
A man said to me, R.I.P. Firms.
You can't be doing the guy like that,
That's
man. We
long.
got, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
that's
trying to treat him like he's a Origi.
I think Jota and Firmino are 2 different footballers. I don't think they do the same job.
No, but I think Jota can play the through balls. He can run off the ball. He can do, and his work ethic is.
Nah. I disagree. I disagree with you wholeheartedly. Jota is more of your Mane, Salah type player. He's not the one to drop back and pick the ball up, and that's hence why he gets his goal, which we'll get to. But yeah, I think he's totally different, and I think that's why he looks. He's a lot more livelier than Firmino. Not that's wrong because Firmino's got energy, bruv, when it comes to pressing. But he's more making those forward runs, those runs in.
At the minute, I think you're right though.
Yeah.
I think he has. I think there's something. Firmino's a bit off in all aspects of his game. So his press is not quite the same. His passing is not quite the same, and his finishing is just it's falling apart. I don't know what he needs to rebuild that in a minute. But Jota can come in and do a similar job. He's not the same player, but he can play in there and link. He can because he's a smart player.
I think if you start Jota, you go back to your theory and you play Shaqiri as well in that midfield. I think
Problem is,
basically what I'm asking is how do you fit Jota into this team?
I think it's straightforward. You just take out Firmino and drop him in there same way and let the front three play where they want to do what they want to do.
Where would you put him, Shawn?
I would put him. I would play Salah central, and I also have Mane and obviously Jota. Obviously,
You could do it. You could mix it any way you want to do. It's just like we have to have certain pieces like in this. Like I keep on going about Thiago, but once Thiago's back in the team, I think we'll keep possession a lot better, and I think we'll be better when we're in possession. So we won't just have it, but we'll be better with the usage rates will be better. So them 3 guys can float around and interchange positions whenever they want. Like 2 years ago when we got to the final, but we were ripping teams to shreds. Do you know what I mean? So it can go back to that, and we'll have knowing that they'll have somebody behind them who can just pick a pass, and he will not just that pick a pass, but he will do it instantly. He won't dilly dally the ball. He will see it. So you don't even have to look at it really, because you know what it is like. Man's looking at Alisson and flicking it. You know the thing go, but but yeah, I think once he comes into the team, I think everybody around him should improve. Like I said, nobody's. Like I said, I was just saying earlier, he frees a lot of other people up to be better. So it's because teams will be worried about him. We got to close him down. We got to do this. There's a little bit more space for Mane. There's a little bit more space for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it's sad. I think it's sad that Firms has to be sat down for a bit, but form is temporary.
So it goes sometime.
Form is temporary, class is permanent. So
the thing is as well though, like Slim, is that like for years he's had no real competition. You know what I'm saying, Slim? So to me, it's kind of like, all right, now you've got competition in Jota, and it's kind of like, are you kind of like crumbling under like the, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Sort of the pressure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like he knows, because he's known for what the 2-3 years, like that every game he's gonna start.
Yeah,
really.
true.
But now
Despite what kind of,
I just think he's just off form, man. I don't even think it's like.
No, I don't think it's that
No,
deep.
but the thing is like, all right, cool, you're not scoring goals, but you're not pressing. You're not getting assists. Like you're not even imposing your will within the game.
But we're not pressing as well as a team, though. That's not just Firmino. I don't. Like I said earlier, I think our press as a team has not been as good as it has been in previous years.
I wouldn't say as good. I don't think it's as intense as what it was. And I think that's more of a game plan why it's not as intense.
It might not. It might be just the fans. It might be because the fans give you that extra bit of energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Get a little cheer when when you do it.
Yeah. You know when you see a man running down the ball and everyone's like,
they're on it. Do you know what I mean? So that is a missing. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think
it's true. Could be affected.
And the fact that they're playing every 2 days.
Yeah, it's true. You know
what I mean? You're gonna have
the schedule's taking its toll. Could be. No, I don't think taking its toll, but careful.
But he's had this form from last season, so I just think. Again, listen. Again, we cannot discredit like what this guy's done for us, like, innit? But like, let's just call it how it is, like, innit? He's been shit.
Let's just call it a spade a spade.
I think he's been bad. I think he's been bad. I don't think he's been as good up to his standards that he set. And I think he should be taken out. I'm not disputing he should be taken out of the team. But I think he should have been sat down a while ago. But we didn't have anybody to do that with because, God forbid they put Origi in there. He's about playing with 10 men. But
listen, put some respect on Origi's name, man.
The only reason why I haven't switched dialects and started telling him about them. Listen, the only reason why I've done that is because of the shit that he's done before. But Origi, I'm gonna listen with my big ass belly. I'll go in there and play better than Origi, man. the guy is done out here. He's done out here, not Firms.
I'm not gonna lie, like the midweek game against that team that I can't pronounce it. That's probably one of the worst performances that I've seen of Liverpool starter, seriously.
But he's done that like 3 games in a row when he started.
Seriously, for real.
He's done that about 3 times in a row where he comes on, he rolls, he keeps on doing his thing, but he's rolling his foot over the ball, then he falls over. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you
like he don't even get up and like chase the ball down. He just lies there like.
And then on top of it, when he gives
that's
for real. You don't give me joking now.
When he gets up, he's still got like a smirk on his face, like he just had a threesome. Man, you're playing shit. Why are you so happy? I'm hating on because I wish I had that mind state right now. But this guy has played shit for like 90 plus the 5 minutes, and he gets up and he's like.
I allow Big Derek, man.
High grading threesomes, man. Listen.
Allow Divock, man. I'm putting some respect on Divock's name, man. I respect what he's done, but yeah, certain man say he's checked out when he checked out, and
it's the hair, man. Should have kept the looks.
I think, true. It's like Samson, isn't it? Derek checked out. Yeah, and that's true. Firmino's not had the competition, and now it's here. Yeah, maybe it's a good time, like you said. Just take him out of the firing line, let him just.
Change the rotation so Jota starts and then he comes off the bench. Do it like that for a little while. Let him get his confidence back. Plus, we have to be the team where people have to play to keep their place. I think once people get to the point where
they get complacent.
I'm going to start anyway. Complacency comes in, so it needs to be a warning to the rest of them. You know what I mean? Like,
and on top of that, Jota, he's young. He's the future.
He's playing brilliant.
He is the future.
Been amazing.
All aspects of his game. He's pressing. Do you know what I mean? Work rate.
That's what I'm saying. Just get it. Because second half, let's admit, it was a bit stale, innit? So it was 70 odd minutes. He makes a change. He brings on Shaqiri and Jota and takes off Jones and Firmino. Yeah, and it was almost instant. How long into the game was the disallowed goal? I can't even remember.
I can't remember what. I think it was on. Was it about 78th minute, 80th minute, something like that?
Yeah. So it's almost instantly when they come on, 10 minutes into the come on, and already like some great football, man. And who has a shot? Mane has a shot, doesn't he? And then your boy Fabianski lets it go in it, and Mane goes in, and then Jota's just there like all good attacking players.
And that was not a foul.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I wasn't angry. It was a foul. It was a foul.
His foot slides underneath Fabianski.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a foul on Fabianski. It was a foul on Ogbonna. That's where the foul was. That's what they gave it for. The foul on Ogbonna.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a foul on the goalkeeper.
No, they gave it for a foul on Ogbonna.
Because it's his lead foot, like, innit? That obviously was it.
His trailing foot. His trailing foot. I think.
Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, he takes Ogbonna out. If he doesn't take Ogbonna out, there's a chance that Ogbonna gets out and blocks that shot. So
But you know what? Again, after that Fabinho nonsense against Sheffield United, fuck them, man. That's a goal. You're hating right now. Like, you seriously?
That side of me agrees with you. Yeah, like man had the cheek to go over and look at the fucking pitch side monitor. Where was that against Everton, blood?
Exactly.
Like,
Do you know what I'm saying?
But this is the problem with the VAR thing now, is that it's inconsistencies in the way that they're managing the technology.
Here we are again talking about fucking VAR, bruv.
No, because it's not the tech. It's the way they're implementing it.
Yeah.
It's like I've heard on I think on another podcast they were saying it's just the machines. You know what I mean? They're not. It's not a personal agenda against anybody, but the people who are using it, the so-called people that are sitting there and looking at millimeter. If you have to look at angles and draw lines, then it's a goal for me. It's nonsense. You know what I mean? They need to change the rules on that.
Yeah, let's keep it simple. But me and Shawn are agreeing, innit? Like it was a foul. Do you know what I mean? It was.
Listen, we see them giving like innit, so let's just call it the way it is. But like, I know we all want to be like, oh, Liverpool and VAR, blah blah, and so forth and so on. But
listen, after the hate we received for winning the title, I'm gonna be like that.
Well, listen, it happens, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You know you are.
It happens.
Haters.
Yeah, no, it was a foul. So that goal gets disallowed. But again, like we're champions, innit? We find a way and we go again. And
comes through. Shaqiri and the two subs.
What a pass!
Yeah, slide rule.
What a pass!
I actually felt Klopp, and this is just me nitpicking. Klopp waited 5 minutes longer than I would have brought him on the 60th minute.
He could have. At that point.
Yeah,
he could have. I wasn't mad at the change, but if it came sooner, I don't think you could have been complaining really, because like I said,
it's not a big gripe. I just felt like I was getting frustrated. I was like, come on, man, bring him on.
Yeah, because there wasn't a lot. I don't know about. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like it's always mad when we watch a game and then we do a podcast straight away. Like the game starts to get hazy, but there wasn't much to get excited about in the second half before the substitutions came on.
Nah, it was just
not at all that one.
Like I said, I did for some weird reason I did think we would score, but I honestly didn't know where it was coming from. Do you know what I mean? It was just. It's only when M2 come on that you could see the movement start to get a little bit. We started dragging people out of position. Ball started pinging around a little bit quicker around the 18-yard box.
It did. And yeah, man, like what a pass from Shaqiri, man. Like it was half on the no look side as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like so,
he's got it in him. He's got it in.
I have to give Shaqiri his props. His weight of pass is fucking perfect, bruv. Like Jota didn't even have to break stride.
No,
it was just
walked onto it.
Inch perfect, bro.
Little shoulder dip, gone.
I thought Mane was gonna go for it then, I thought Mane was gonna go for it, but he was like, oh, he stood still, man. And
I think the players respect Jota's finishing ability. I think you can see that. I think you know what I mean, it's respected it.
He's the real deal, man. He's the real deal. Jota.
Saying that though, Salah would have kicked him in the head.
No, but you know what, it just shows you like that kind of quality that we have to bring off the bench. You know what I mean? Like not many teams in the Premier League can bring those caliber of players off the bench and make that impact.
You mean man like Pepe?
No, allow them, man. Let's allow them, man. They're getting too much airplay.
You know
Allow them,
bro.
man.
You get me?
Allow them.
You know what I mean?
Oh no, you know what it is? Really, like you mentioned it. It's that whole thing about they broke Klopp and all this type of nonsense.
Dickheads. No, you're right, and I think I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. It's been a long time since we've had quality coming off the bench and been able to affect a game. And a man that wanted Shaqiri gone at the end of last season is absolutely crazy, man. Like I said, 30 million. That talent in his locker, it's a no-brainer for him to sit on the bench.
I think people are looking at like Salah and Mane, and they're saying that, well, all right, when obviously they don't play, obviously Shaqiri starts like innit, and they're saying that, oh well, the levels dropped so much. But you're talking about Mane and Salah, like two of the most
best
dynamic
in the world.
players, like obviously in the world. You know what I mean? So of course he's not going to be as good as him. You know what I mean? But that's not to say like that he can't come on and.
Yeah, but he's affected games.
No,
he's
of course he has.
He's come on and
Of course
he scored goals. He's had assists. He's affected. There's nothing to complain about. He's not gonna come. He's not gonna play most games. He's gonna play the odd game. And when he does come on.
So why is this like kind of not hate, but why is this kind of like Shaqiri like?
Because of exactly what you just said, the comparison. Everyone's comparing him to Salah and Mane levels when we know he's not that level. To get what I'm saying, like you said, they're two of the best wide forwards in the world, right? In world football, yeah. So it's like when Alisson's not in the goal and we're like, oh, Adrian, it's the same kind of principle, but.
Adrian, that's a different. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm not with you.
I know what you're saying, but
yeah, thank you, Shawn. This guy, who's supposed to give out smoke today,
That guy Adrian made me want to call Jamaica and say, "Listen, come get this guy." Listen, I ain't been vexed about a player like that in a long time, and he just.
Right, look, he's had his smoke anyway, so let's not give him any more. But you know what I'm saying,
Of
innit?
course.
Like, but again, what today Salah and Mane give us, Shaqiri gives us something different. Do you know what I mean? That pass.
The only knock on him is that I would say that he picks up injuries quite a bit.
Yeah.
But when he plays, like he's like let's not compare him to like someone like a Joe Matip or Naby Keita.
Don't even talk about that guy.
Yeah.
This guy when he starts like he makes an impact. So
yeah, definitely, man. And he done it today, man. And I don't know about you two, but I just knew once that goal went in, game done. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit when I looked up, because it must have been about 2 minutes into it, and I looked up and I saw 5 minutes. I was like, where did they get 5 minutes from?
Well,
but then I remembered, the VAR thing
was going on for a while, innit?
I just thought the way our luck has been going, there might be a chance for them. I'm not sure. I didn't think they would score. Like
I was just thinking like the Tottenham game, innit?
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking that please like don't Lanzini.
Well, they brought on. Did they bring him on?
Yeah, they
bring him
on.
on, and the guy they signed from Brentford as well. They brought him on as well, didn't they? And then there was a corner towards the end. And
I think was it Phillips that got the header out?
That was
there
it.
you go. Got it out, man. So yeah, fully deserving of his man of the match performance.
How old is that guy?
He looks old, didn't he?
He
looks like hardback, isn't he? You know who he reminds me of? Clavan. Just ever so slightly. I don't know. It reminds me of Clavan.
Yeah, no, because I saw him and I'm thinking, I know this guy's supposed to be a youth player, but he looked like he's like 35 or something.
I don't think that he's registered for the Champions League. He's not, is he?
He's not. Hence why he played today.
Exactly,
That's the theory. He played today because he's not registered for the Champions League, which makes sense.
I think Matip's fit. I think Matip's fit for the Champions League.
I'm not sure if he'll be fit for Atalanta, but he might be fit for City. So
Atalanta's a problem, you know.
Before we go into that quickly, your man of the match.
Oh, Phillips.
You giving it to Phillips?
Phillips
right?
all day, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. So with Atalanta in mind, I think that's why Phillips is playing the Prem games and then Williams is going to play the Champions League games. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think Phillips was meant to be sold.
Yeah, of course.
And he didn't get sold. But I'm quite glad he stayed, man. Do you know what I mean? I think.
Yeah, I think we had made a big mistake there not getting another centre back to replace he who shall not be named.
No, come on, man. Don't.
But you know what? You said that though, like, but if you weren't gonna go and get a centre back, we should have kept Lovren.
Yeah, but he didn't. But I don't think he wanted to stay. I don't think he wanted to stay. Do you know what I mean? So, Phillips is 23, by the way. Yeah, he's 23.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to stay and be the fourth choice centre back. He knew that. You think about it from Lovren's perspective. You won the Premier League, won the Champions League, and the other things that go around it.
Yeah.
You got nothing more to prove now. I think if you think about it, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, you go and you get first team football. By all means, like what I see of Lovren, he's doing all right wherever he is in some cold country.
He's in it, innit?
Russia. Russia.
He's doing all right. Scored a banger the other day, didn't he?
Okay.
I mean, not too long back. Yeah, a couple of weeks back, but yeah, you're right. Not replacing Lovren was kind of criminal, but I think Klopp was thinking, Fabinho in there. He's not thinking Van Dijk's going to go out for how many months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I just, for me, obviously you can err on the side of caution. I think we could have got somebody who might not be tip top, but just somebody who can, like a journeyman, like a guy that can fill in for a game or two.
Yeah. But this is the question now. Obviously, Phillips had a great debut and he's played well. After the Atalanta game, I think we got City. I think the City that's coming up. If Matip's fit, do you put Matip back in for the City game or do you go with
I think you
Phillips?
have to put Matip because of Atalanta are a very attacking team. They don't seem to defend too much, but they're a very attacking team. and I think you put Matip in for his experience. After watching Phillips today, say Matip came in and he got injured, I wouldn't. I reckon Phillips could do a job against City because they're not at the peak of their powers either. And I don't think they've got a striker at the minute, have they?
Who? City?
City.
No,
Aguero's out, so is Jesus.
Yeah, so I think Phillips could come in and do a job. So I just think Atalanta are a very attacking team. They're a dangerous team. They can get got at quite easily, in fact. But I would like to see some. I think it's a baptism of fire for somebody in the Champions League, for somebody like William. It's asking too much for somebody who's like, what is he, 17, 18?
Who, Williams?
It's like 19.
Okay.
He's a kid.
He's gonna play.
I think he's gonna be a really good player.
Who, Williams?
Yeah, he looks like a really good player. But I think you're asking a lot to go up against that. Like they got a high-powered attack, I'd say.
I would start Matip. I agree with you, but I think that Williams is gonna get the start.
What against?
No, I think Williams is gonna get a start against Atalanta.
Yeah, 100%. I think 100%. But I'm not worried about. I'm just saying, the City game after that. Who goes in?
Oh, Matip.
Seriously?
Yeah, Matip.
Yeah.
Why?
Experience. I know like that he is injury prone, so like we all know that's his issue. But I just think like that game for a young player like Williams or Phillips to come into, I think it's asking too much. Personally, you know.
I think who plays is also dependent on Thiago, because I think if Thiago plays, we keep the ball better. We'll retain the ball better. And I think it will take some of the pressure off, say, if Williams plays. So I don't think we'll be under siege
more protection. Basically.
Yeah, more protection because we'll have the ball. Like City, they've never had a great defense. Their best form of defending is always possession. That's how the other team never has the ball, so they can't attack them. Do you know what I mean? It's only in the recent seasons that team.
I think it matters as well. Like again, we all know that he's injury prone and whatnot, but give him his due. Like in the air, he's a threat.
Yeah, it's good in the air.
So that's another element that could come into play. You know what I mean?
So Mr. Glass goes in for City.
Yeah. You're going for me.
But then, don't you think if he's gonna play against City, he needs to play midweek against Atalanta just to get a bit of match fitness?
Not necessarily, because City ain't marauding like they were. They're not flying at you from all angles like they were before. Do you know what I mean? So, and I think, I think Pep is broken. So he'll be a little bit.
His time's up, innit, at City? Don't you think?
He's bored now.
He's you know, time's up at City, innit?
You play for them little small clubs, and then you bring him a little bit of success. It's time. He's done his job. You get your statue, bounce it, and bounce it.
Statue now.
Wow. Because
he's gonna get.
You think so?
Yeah.
Probably.
He didn't bring the Champions League to them though.
Yeah, because they're not deserving of it because they're peasants. But anyway,
He's just got five for everybody.
No, I'm just saying. I think this is his pattern. So he stays at club for like 4 years. He when he comes in, it's revolutionary, and then he kind of burns out. He's not the guy to remix anything. You know what I mean? And I can't see. You can see their team. They're still a threat. They can, on any given day, they can hammer anybody. So I'm not disrespecting them like that, but I just think the wind has gone out of his sails at City. Do you know what I mean? They're fully capable of winning stuff because they've got that much talent, but it won't because it was a dominant performance by their team or their coach. Do you know what I mean? It will because they just have talented players.
Fair enough. Anyway, let's go back to the Atalanta game. That's away, isn't it? How do you see that one going, Shawn, man?
I think we'll win.
Yeah?
I think we'll win. I'm going to go 3-2. I think we'll win. I've seen them play a few times. They are very attacking. Like Chris said, they are very attacking. They score a hell of a lot of goals. But they leak a lot of goals as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just think like that if we got that protection in front of us.
4-2-3-1.
Yeah. If you got that protection in front of us, like I said, I think that.
I'd sit and just play counter-attacking football. I think it's one of those games where if we get the tactics right, we could end up winning like 4-5-0 or 4-5-1 or something like that because you just sit, keep possession and ping them, kill them on the... And we got the players to do it. We got the perfect players to do it, especially if you drop Jota in there with, you know, or even like a Minamino, I think might be good in that game.
He's struggling, Minamino.
Yeah, like he was poor midweek.
Yeah, he's
very poor.
Man. He's struggling. I don't think he's ready for it.
Yeah, but I'd sit and let them come at us and then kill them on the break, like counter attacking football for one game at least.
Fair enough.
Unless we can get the boy on the ball and we can control the tempo and stuff like that. If we keep the ball, because I think they are high octane and they score a lot of goals through fast breaks, I believe. And like I said, they're high octane attack, man. Them guys. So you got to be show them their respect.
Well, you can see Klopp's kind of got in mind. He took Salah off, didn't he? Put Milner on, so he's obviously got that game in mind, man. But yeah, should be interesting midweek. I think. Again, obviously, yeah, I don't want to lose any other game, but I'm not too fussed about the Champions League. I'm looking forward to City, to the City game after that, man.
Yeah, no, you nail on the head. I wasn't. It's just not moving me.
Me personally, I love the Champions League. I think win this game, then also win another game, then also we're practically like
yeah, because we got Atalanta away and then back at home again.
So I would just
win both of them games.
So obviously just. Get out of the way, like it, and also just focus on the Premier League. You know what I mean?
Because I think Ajax got at them quite a lot in the first game.
It was 2-2, wasn't it?
It was 2-2.
Yeah,
it's 2-0
in the second game. Yeah,
2-0 up. So they can be got. And I don't think Ajax, despite how badly we played against them, I don't think Ajax are all that. And Ajax,
didn't they win 13-0 the other day or something stupid like that?
Yeah,
like
that's the Dutch league, man.
No, that's my point. Like you from what 13-0 in a league game, like and then you come Champions League and you think it's not that party, it's not against some
guys were in Amsterdam before the game, man.
In them coffee shops, didn't it?
Some of them brownies.
Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. I don't know. Like I said, you are a Champions League man, but for me, I'm more focused on the City game because I just feel like it's another marker in it. Do you know what I'm saying? We beat them. It's just another.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not saying we need to lay down a marker, but it's just always nice, isn't it? Because City, you'd have it as probably our nearest rivals, isn't it?
I just feel like if we can come out of this little period, we got was it Leicester, City, and Atalanta twice. If we can win, say 3 out of them four games and draw one, I think you'll see our levels elevate again.
Another stupid international break coming soon, innit?
I think regarding City, like I think we got nothing to fear. Like that whole fear factor with City, to me, it's gone.
No, there is nothing. I don't
fear them.
It's gone.
No, I don't fear them.
It's just that with the way that we've been defending.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It could be a problem.
It could.
That's why the centre back thing for City game does bother me because they're not gonna threaten us aerially, City, because they're not that team. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. They obviously set pieces, blah blah blah, but in general, they're not that team. It's on the ground where they can hurt you. So
they can be got at though.
No, but I'm just saying, if Matip's not ready,
I saw the Arsenal game. I watched the Arsenal game, and I think if Arsenal showed a little bit more bravery, they could have got at City in that game. I think City were a lot of games I've seen them. I think they've been like us. I suppose you could say they've been okay, but they haven't been City where you go in there and they're pinging the ball all over the place. You're under the cosh. I don't think it's that team anymore. I think they're trying to find a way to grind out results, which is not
the thing, like,
Pep, Pep's sort of like DNA.
Just another quick line before we wrap it up. Chelsea, man, we had Savage down in there talking his boys up. Do you know what I mean? They won today. They beat Burnley 2-0, which is it Turf Moor? It was just a difficult place to go to, yeah. And I'm gonna say it again, Burnley are fucking awful team, man. Like, I hope they get relegated this season, just because their football's not progressive. They haven't progressed. They're still lumping.
Them and their manager, I can't stand none of them.
No, it's just like nothing personal. They're just
I don't like them.
Their football's just shocking. Yeah. But anyway, Chelsea come through 2-0 winners.
Free, I think it's free.
Was it free?
Yeah, free.
Rated. Okay, so stand corrected. Are they a threat, Chelsea?
I don't think right now, Slim. I think right now, like, I think you go through that team, there's still a lot of holes in that team, like, which can be exposed. I think in the midfield, I think Kante's still a good player. Not what it used to be, so he doesn't offer that protection as much. I think at the back, I know Thiago Silva's come in, but
he's old as well.
36, you know what I mean? 36. So I still think they got an average like back four. Chilwell, he's good going forward defensively. He's much to be desired. I know that the likes of Werner, they've kind of hit form, but behind Werner, who do you bring on? Tammy Abraham is that your backup option. You know what I mean? He's not a bad player.
but you know what I mean.
You
wouldn't. Yeah, you're saying he's not exactly levels.
So I mean, I expect them to get top 4, but in terms of them being an actual threat to us, right now, not now.
I think if they had Messi and Ronaldo, they still wouldn't be a threat because Frank Lampard is shite, and if he wasn't the golden boy of that club, he would be managing in Uzbekistan or something like that.
Right, he'd still be at Derby, wouldn't he?
He's not. No, seriously, he's not the level. He's not the guy that's gonna tactically win a game for you, which you need your manager should be able to do. I think he's very, very fortunate to have that job. And while he's there, he's clearly got favourites. He favours the English boys. I've heard a lot of Chelsea fans complain about that, but
You think so?
yeah, Mason Mount he plays him. He plays him in goal if he could. Do you know what I mean? He plays him no matter what.
No, he plays a hell of a lot.
Mount's a good player.
He's okay, but there's better players there. There's better players there. And the point is that you can get turned over by Chelsea. Like, they've got the talent to spank any team on any given day. But as we've learned by our own standards that we've set, it's not about what you can do on one day. It's your consistent grind over 38 games. And I just don't think he hasn't shown me anything tactically in his team selections that says to me he's the manager that's going to take them to glory.
Boy.
Plus, their players are adapting to the league. So
Fair enough.
But like I said, they could go on a run. But going on a run now, the bar's been set readjusted again. It's not 5 games. It's not 10 games. 18 games you got to do. You know, I mean,
it's true,
levels.
You know. That's true. Oh well, okay, fair enough. I just wanted to touch on that anyway. Do you know what I mean? Seeing as what Dan was saying before we started recording, just want to see what we thought. But yeah, man. Anyway, next game, Atalanta. Beyond that, Man City. Yeah, man. We'll be back for that one, boy. But I think that's it, guys, man. You know what I mean,
It's been a good one.
yeah, it's been a good one. Great result today, man.
I'm happy,
I'm
man.
saying, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Anytime we get 3 points, I'm happy. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But yeah, man. Guys, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Socials are up there. They've been going along there. Do you know what I'm saying? As always, I've been your boy Slim. Shawn with us today.
It's people.
Chris.
Nice being back, people.
Until the next time. Yeah, man.